present and receive the signed document. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Your Royal Highness, and you are kindly requested to rise. The ASEAN Ministers of Commerce will now leave the venue. Thank you so much. Please be seated. We also would like to inform all journalists that we have exactly 70 minutes for the question and answer session. ASEAN Head of State, Head of Government, ASEAN Secretary General to the press conference room.
Your Majesty, the students, esteemed ASEAN leader, Your Excellencies, His Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished national and international guests. So welcome to the press conference this afternoon after a very meaningful meeting we have conducted since the morning up to 12:30. It's quite long. Anyway, before I give you the floor, especially to all press members, the journalists, to ask us the question regarding with our meeting. The objective is to reinforce the ASEAN framework and to verifying on general obstacle of ASEAN's members in preparing themselves for 2015 integration. So this kind of agreement based on such a thing, and it will help reconfirm the success of the realization of the ASEAN Economic Community by 2015. ASEAN's country commit to create legal framework on conflict resolution involving with the 5 elements of ASEAN single market and production. The second one, we agree to encourage non-discrimination and promote cooperation among member states with minimizing individual interests and maximizing regional interests. In this, it means that we try not to think of our own benefit, but we try to think of our region benefit at large, meaning the benefit of all ASEAN's people, of all ASEAN's member countries. Third, we agreed to encourage the disaster management on trade recovery and provide preferential treatment on related effect business during and after the disaster. The fourth, we have agreed with each other to create ASEAN Product and Services Evaluation Commission and ASEAN's Organization of Standardization, ASO. So it seems a little bit similar to the ISO. As we have heard before, we have International Standard Organization. But now, according to our meeting this morning, we have agreed to create another organization which is for our region at large. So ASEAN's Standardization Organization. Okay, so ASO. So from now on, we will have another organization in our region in order to test, in order to examine the quality of the product, goods, and services. Next, we have discussed and agreed that all countries shall be created. The ASEAN Standardization Organization shall be created by ASEAN as a whole and sub-branches in every member state destination. So meaning that every part, every sector, every institution of the state the concerns one, we have to work cooperatively and collaboratively in order to achieve the establishment of such a new organization for our benefit. And as well as the financial aid. So as most of the ASEAN countries have been requested or proposed in our meeting this morning, that we really need the technical and financial assistance to further develop our economic and our social development at large. We have agreed that each member state shall seek for better promotion on small and medium enterprise involvement. Of course, such an establishment and such a development in small and medium enterprise development are regarded as a very potential economic drive, economic force to foster our economic development at large, as a whole, for not only for each individual state, but for the region at large, for the ASEAN, one community, one complexity. So that is all for my press release, my just a very brief conclusion, summary of what we have agreed on in our meeting. So now, okay, so this is the floor for the journalists, for the press member. So you are allowed to ask or raise the question to all the ASEAN citizens.
My name is Hun Ho Thi Lim. I'm the journalist from the morning session. So as we already know that among some Asian members, there's a complete difference in terms of surface population as well as the market size. So my question for the ASEAN chairman is that in the process of this important integration after, does ASEAN have any strategy to deal with or to narrow down the gap of the trade balance of among its members? Thank you.
Okay, so how in order to make it equal, it is very difficult. So we must ensure that the two sides are equal, have the same weight or whatever. So in such a trade balance here, so in order to balance it, in order to make it equal, so first we have to, like I stated earlier in my speaking in my speech this morning, that we gotta talk about the mitigation of the development gap. So how do we mitigate it? So first, we have to start by the poor members, especially the CLMV, yeah, including me, my country, also Cambodia. So what we have to do is to strengthen ourselves. Strengthen in what? In whatever affair. If we are poor in agricultural sector, then we have to strengthen ourselves in that, right? So simply speaking, then we may have to try our best to, we have to double our effort to make it better, to ensure the sustainable and the perfect growth of our national economy of each country. So maybe CLMV, we have to work on the same track. We have to work on the same way that we may have to do the same thing. So meaning that after we have achieved such kind of thing, then I believe that we will be stronger. Meaning our productivity will be better, our local product will be more in terms of more better in terms of quality. Then with such a thing, I believe that we can not just compete, but we will have a balance.
In order to respond to this question, ASEAN Secretary General, I would like to respond to the question. As I have mentioned already about the effective of the AFTA. We have already achieved in some blue-green steps. Otherwise, it is in order to strengthen the practice of AFTA, fixing the common effective free-flow tariff. The scheme has been established already about what steps should be done and what are the goods and products should be first prioritized, eliminate all of tariffs and trade barrier or any barrier that really cause the products to make free flow from those countries in the region. As example, in 2002, ASEAN 6, Yemen, Brunei, Jerusalem, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. All of them are the leaders of the AFTA. On the AFTA, already taken this agreement is signing since 1968. Just only the 6 countries that have already planned and already involving in that agreement. doesn't mean that in 1992 the war just started, but it already planned and prepared already for this. But why 2015 is the after start? Because 2015, as we know that the newly common of the ASEAN member state is Cambodia, and the different gap of the ASEAN nation is very fast. So that is why they give some prioritize of some goods and services is eliminate the tariffs and reimburse. And then all of the other countries that are newly, just like Vietnamese, Laos, India, Cambodia, they will start at least eliminate all of their trade ability in 2015. That is that we have already achieved in those blueprint, just like the SEP scheme. The ASEAN 6 have 98.92% of all the product they trade in the SEP, including least. Of the least 99.60% of tariff within the 5 to 0 range, about 53.75% are levied zero tariff. The average set trade set rate, but this country have gone down for 12.76% in 1993 to 2.39% this currently stands. This is our program session that have already taken place. And we hope in order to further and in order to have the length, we have to increase by having each other to improve all of their abilities in order to trade in the economic and development. First of all, before we have the trade, as you know that we have to have the ability in order to we can trade. First thing we have to consider is human reduce. So we need skilled labor. So free flow of skilled labor is the first thing that we have to consider in scheme and procedures of the skilled labor. So this is we have to provide skilled labor to each and after. So we have to have each other, even though there is some, if you think that, for sure, they will get a lot of benefit from this after. Because why? They have a big share. Some also have the big share, they will get the big benefit. If you want to get a very, the balance, you have to be 50. This is the balance. The balance doesn't mean that all of the country, even though you are poor and you have less share but you get a high. It doesn't mean that. Balance is that what you want that share. This is my answer response to the question. So thank you very much.
Welcome for another question.
First of all, I would like to pay my respect to Your Excellency Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia and the Prime Minister and as well as the President from each ASEAN members. And I would like to point my question to the Prime Minister of Cambodia. It's regarding to the discussion. And as the Prime Minister of Cambodia has stated that by joining the ASEAN, many countries, especially the less developed countries, will face many challenges. And among of them, there is also the tariff reduction. And regarding to this problem, I would like to know that what are the policy of...
Thank you, Ms. Chuklis. Well, it seems like I have said some things already, but I just was joining or participating in AFTA, that there will be a credit loss for Cambodia at large. Why? Because there will be no more tariff, then we will lose a lot of income. We will lose a lot of money. We will, it seems like there is no more money in our pocket. We have from other affairs, right? India is still a whatever, okay? Anyway, we still get from it, so how? And what are the policy of the royal government of Cambodia to tackle this such a problem? From our tariff, then we have created another type of tax. As maybe most of the leaders here is also the journalists here. I know that you may know very well. It is about a tax on the real estate, right? Pull more money into the pocket, into the national budget. Though we haven't implemented such a new tax meaning the tax on the real estate fully in our country, but now we have already exercised in all towns and cities. Like in Phnom Penh, we implemented, we exercised it in all districts, and in the provincial area, we implement only in the towns, the town center. So it is another source of income. So let's say that it is one of the policy to substitute the loss of money or income from our channel. Okay, welcome for another question.
So first of all, I would like to respect to all royal government and ASEAN members. And the press come from BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Yes, I want to give this floor to Philippine royal government. I want to know what is the discuss in this morning up to 12:30. You said. You want to post one pillar. You say that in ASEAN, today we have 3 pillars, but we want to post ASEAN member to reach one other pillar. And one pillar is environmental pillar. So what do you mean by environmental pillars? And that you want to push the ASEAN member to create this. So thank you.
Thank you very much for the environmental program on the climate change problem. As you know that in ASEAN, since the creations in 1967, there are only 3 pillars: political, economic, and social cultural. But we want to draw your attention that draw your idea that can we live in the environment if we have the political integration? It means that ASEAN is the strong institution, the strong organization such as EU. If we have the economic integration, ASEAN have the high growth, economic have high technologies. And if we have the social cultural integration, ASEAN has a good social welfare. But if ASEAN don't have a good environment, how can we live? I just want to